Hey, it's the Chief Bonding with Board Games and RPGs. This is our live Knave 2E. I've got that limited edition hardback all stickered up, so I know where to find stuff. We will also be using the Mythic emulator. There's my fate charts and Une's little conversation controls or conversation assists, whatever you want to call it, if so needed. We have Never Fear in the house. Let's go. So Never Fear, boom, we're live. I know he would have told me if my sound was jacked up, so I'm going to assume it's good. I'm still a little under the weather, a little bit of a headache, have a little congestion, so bear with us. Never Fear's not feeling too good. Ref is in. Ref is not feeling, there's something going around. My wife is still kind of sick. So my kids have been sick. I've had the least of it, so no complaints here. So what is this? Never Fear and I are running characters. This is fantasy. Knave 2E is OSR, Old School Renaissance, so it's quick. I'll make a ruling over going and checking the rules. We have our characters. So Never Fear is running Ormond. He's an alchemist arcanist. And I don't know this. My character doesn't know this, but he is a worshiper of Mrog, who's a lich. Let me know if I've got M-R-O-G. I'm saying Mrog. Let me know if I've mispronounced. My guy is very cool. He is an arcanist and a tattooist. So there's wild magic at play here, how we're doing Knave. We'll come to that in a second. But one of my guy, Milo's goals is he wants to be able to take his tattoo ability and be able to tattoo like symbols onto himself, maybe even others, and then that way maybe the magic isn't quite so wild. He wants to refine it. Nowhere near that. We are since we're using Mythic, I have the like the character or the chapters list here, so we have a lot going on. We are studying under Wizard Garzant, and we were on a traveling quest to go find the Flaming Waterfall. We ended up running across a trader who we needed a name for. So he's like a traveling, he had a mule and everything, and he travels because we're out in the wilds. Hildebrand was his name. I also I used some spells, and I got a new one. So let me come to the spells I picked up, just so everybody knows. Being wild spells, you roll for them, and then you do have the ability in Knave to have set spells, but we're going with wild magic. And my new spells are all my spells. So I'll just cover all four. I have Rendello's Persuading Foam. So I'm imagining I can conjure up a foam, and while it persists, I can get someone to do what I want them to do, or maybe they'll tell the truth, or they'll spill the beans, whatever. I have Preserving Sulfur or Brimstone. No idea why I would want that, but I guess you could, it's a flaming kind of thing. I could preserve something and then use it to start a fire, maybe in the cold. I don't know. And then I had this before, the Wondrous Ethereal Cipher. I think this could, I conjure it up and it could get me through locks or traps or something. I don't know. And the Noetic Silencing Wave. And I put in here that this will blank somebody's thoughts. It'll clear their thoughts from them. All right. Never Fear. I think you needed to roll up. Maybe you didn't. If you had a new spell, let me know. We are back at Garzant's cabin. Ormond was collecting herbs, and it was in the process of creating a potion. It was like a potion that would have a power element to it. So I'm thinking he wants to sell this. And in order to get experience, you have to make coin. Coin is experience. So he wants to create this potion that he could sell. We're out on the far wilderness, and he thought that would be valuable. I agree. No new spells. Got it. We will begin. I have that you were mixing up your potions. I wanted to name the trader Hildebrand. So let's see. You were going So because of your skill as an alchemist and an arcanist, and you knew the herbs you were looking for, I think what we know is it was something that would renew strength, or think like a magical caffeinated drink is what I was thinking. But I think let's start off with how well you did. Why don't you roll percentile dice? Obviously, 1 would be like, this just gives them a little pep, and 100 would be like, whoo, they're doubled their strength, and that thing's going to be worth a lot more money. So give me a percentile die roll, never fear. I'm also enjoying a little 18-year-old scotch. All right. So see what we'll wait for that percentage roll to come in. And then I think we will re-begin our journey. Let's see, what is this? There are rules for brewing a Knave. There is. But I'm keeping things moving, and we just started, and you knew your herbs. So if you want, you can hold off. You can look at those rules, and you can work through them. I didn't want to open up the show by reading the book, and I wasn't sure exactly how you wanted to articulate this power potion that you were creating. So if you want to get into more detail with it, we'll let you continue brewing it, and we'll just begin the story. If you have an idea, I'm trusting with your alchemist skills, your prior career, that you would know what you were doing. It's just an intelligence check. Well, then give me said intelligence check. Not that many rules. This is true. So, but with you being an alchemist, you will roll a 20-sided die. You're going to see how this is going to pass. I guess if you were successful, I'm comfortable with giving you a +5 in Knave. You go in degrees of +5, -5 to hit a difficulty score. The standard difficulty is an 11. And if you roll a 20-sided die with a +5 and add in your intelligence, I can't remember, what is your intelligence score for Ormond? It is 2. So that would mean you're going to have a +7. Pretty good chance that you're going to come up with something. So first, let me see if you do. I want to take another watch so I get a +5. We've been away enough. I've given you that +5. Ooh, you want to go for another 10. Wow. All right. All right. We will hold off. So what else do you have? Right on the edge. Oh, you rolled a 10. Got it. All right. So you had the +5. I thought you were telling me you wanted to wait and get a +10 by waiting. I'm with you now. I'm with you now. So you rolled a 10, and then you added in. You had to get over that 11, but you had a +5. You had your +2 for intelligence. So you've done a very good job. I still want to roll for potency. I think with you going well over, since you just need an 11 to get over, and you ended up at 17, I want to give you, I'll give you like a +10 on your potency. So unless you roll really, really bad, you're still, even if you roll really, really bad, you're going to have a +10 potency. So give me percentile die rolls. We will come up with how potent. And then I think we're going to have to figure out how many vials you were able to get. I think that'll be a 10-sided die roll. So let's see what you get here. Bad roll, but intelligence and bonus saved it. It did. No, 10 is from the bonus and the intelligence. Okay. And then I gave you a +5. So if your 10 was that, you ended up at 15. And still a success because we just set your level at the default of 11. I could have scaled that up or back or down, but I think you did fine. So let's see, 3, 5 + 2. Okay. I thought you said your die roll was 10, but either way, I gave you a +5 for your alchemist skill. So why don't you tell me where you landed? So you were going to have +2 for intelligence. You were going to have another +5 for a total of 7 because I gave you a bonus for your alchemist skill, and you've already located the herbs. So you're not just creating this out of like tea leaves. You found special herbs. Tell me what number you got. I believe you've achieved over 7. Just looking at this, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. but I'm confused. Did you roll a 3? So, there we go. Rolled a 3 on the dice. We'll work it through, folks. Wow, that is a terrible roll. So you came up short. I am now tracking, and this is highly fun to watch as I muff the understanding. Got it. Let's see what we got here. +3 on the dice, 2 from the intelligence, +5 for the bonus, spending another watch. Got it. So what you're telling me, just to make sure I got it, I come to tell you that we're going to go out. We're ready to start. And you're like, not there yet. The potion isn't quite there yet. I need one more watch. There's 4 watches in a day. And I say, got it. Don't want to mess you up. So I'm going to go out on my own. You keep doing your watch, or maybe it's brewing. And if you want to come with me while it brews a little longer, that would keep us together. You sent me a big one. What is this? If the PC succeeds at the check by 10 or more, they have created a recipe for that potion and no longer need to make a brewing check to make it when using those exact ingredients from the rules. Love it. All right. So you will be adding, when you re-roll after another watch, you will end up with an additional +5, meaning you will have +10, your skill +2. That will mean you'll add 12 to whatever your next roll is, and you're hoping to exceed the threshold of 11 is what I put down. Got it. I can just make it next time. You could, but wouldn't you want to exceed, because the threshold was 11. To succeed was an 11. But we shall continue. Are you letting this thing brew, or do you have to stay and maintain it? If it just needs to seep a little bit more, get a little bit more potency, you can come out with me and maybe we can engage with some of this homestead village folk where we're at. I'm getting ready to go out there and we're going to just take a little walk around this frontier town. We are out on the edge. I think I'm going to try and see if I can learn anything more. I think I'm done. I've already spent a watch on this. Okay. All right. So I'm going to wander around town. So we are going to go wander around town. You know what? I still want to fall back on some of the maze rats just because I love when you're walking around a location. Yes, I know we're using Knave. They do have some rules for this, but I love if you're walking around a city or a village or in the wilderness, you will get little prompts. And so I'm not using the rules for maze rats. I'm using the tables to come up with some interesting things in this area. So I know we have some lower class buildings. So real quick, just to give me a list of a couple that are around us. We're in a frontier town. Who knows what they specialize in? Never fear. Give me 3 different double D6 rolls. So one at a time, we're going to do 3 of them. That's going to tell me what the lower class buildings are that are right around this little wilderness hobble where we are at. Let me see what else Never Fear says. After the brewing, I want to sell these. Yeah, but I don't have the item slots to carry it. Can we get a mule or something? If you want to bring them with us, I think we might be able to sell them right here in town. And I think Garzant might even, I think he surely would. We sell a couple today, and if you end up with multiple vials, he will sell them for us, and they will make money while we're out venturing. I'm 100% cool with that. 5 and 2 on the first 2d6. So for a lower class building, 5 puts me in the 5 column. There's 6 items in this. So the second one, there's a shrine. Okay. It's not quite a place we can go to, but it makes sense. So there's a shrine right here. We'll come back to the shrine. Give me another 2 numbers, and I will see whatever. Why would I guess it's a shrine. So it's not a cathedral. That would be in an upper class area. This is just a shrine to a religious sect. Waiting on another 2d6 that will give us another building in the area. Again, there's going to be some natural homes around this. Let's see what we got. A 3 and a 5. So column 3 and 5. Oh, beautiful. There's a little marketplace here. I love it. So you got a little marketplace. No wonder Garzant is we're in a little village with a little marketplace. Give me another 2d6, and this will kind of lay out. We know there's a shrine in this little frontier village, and there's a little marketplace. So I'm picturing bigger than a rendezvous, but it's like traders will come in with their goods or with their furs, and there's a bit of a market here. I'm sure there's some farmers that are working nearby that can sell produce, or they can sell hogs, or whatever they got going on. We're going to get one more d6 to round out the three things that are in this little village. And I almost wonder, I don't think we have a name for the village. I think we're going to get it here in a second. Ooh, 6-6. Let me see what this is. So again, lower class buildings. We're just doing a table roll to flesh out this area using the Maze Rats tables. 6-6 is, there's a workshop. Excellent. All right, a workshop. So you can just, you've got some kind of tradesman there that can just fix things, or maybe you can come in and even work with them and fix some things. Perfect. Now, going back to Knave, both of these are by Ben Milton, both Maze Rats and Knave. I want to come up with a name of a town. So we have in names. We're not in that big of a town. This is like a frontier town. Yeah, here's the little deal. There's a bunch of little buildings here, which are all 100. City events, a street detail. We've got all that. I'm sure I could have used this for it as well. I think for names, let's go back to, I would imagine whatever frontiersman first came into here, the town is named after him. So let's go with a male name, but I think it's going to be their last name. So go ahead. Yeah, let's go. And this breaks into surname 1 and 2 with a hyphenated. So never fear. Roll me percentile dice, 100s, and roll them twice. The first one will give me the first part. So in other words, they have like 62 would be love. And then on surname 2, if I rolled 62 again, it would be Love Mass. And that would be the name of the town. But I'll wait for Never Fear. I'll have another sip to give me a name. So we're doing just a little bit of world building here as we figure out, ooh, 70 and 70. What? That is interesting. So 70 gives us pins, and then 70 again gives us port. Pinsport. Pinsport. Now, we know we're not near water, but that doesn't mean they didn't, you know what? We're not near an ocean. We know that. Let's put that Pinsport sits off of like a large lake. And I could see there being, even some ships that will go out and fish this lake. It's a big lake. You can't necessarily see shore on the other side of it. So a very nice area where people will come in from all around. I'm sure there's some rivers that feed into this large lake. And Pinsport. So there was a famous traveler named Pins, and they call it Pinsport. Got it. We're in the town of Pinsport. I'll end up putting that in the book. I love that you got 70-70. All right, so Never Fear. Tell me what you want to do in Pinsport. If P-E-N, so pens, like animal pens, like the pen for an animal. Pinsport. So very good. Yes, they kind of sound the same. Pen and pin. Pinsport. What do you want to do? Never fear. We can possibly sell a few of your items if they're ready. I don't want to push you on that. I know you had an idea on your potions, on your alchemist. I am not that. If we want to make money, which you always want to make coin in this, that is your experience. I want to sell my potions and move along. Okay. I'm going to also offer up, I'm a tattooist, so if there's someone that wants, this is not a magical tattoo, just a regular tattoo going on here. But I want to make a little money as well. Let's see what Ref has here. Buy a small offering at market for the shrine. Okay. We could definitely do that. I love that idea. let's say we do that. And I'm going to go with just, it's like some kind of incense, at least, that they like burned, like a rye grass or something. So I will minus 1 coin. Obviously it's like bundled, and it's got maybe something that has, I don't know, a little mint in it or something, makes it smell good. I'm going to drop my coinage down. So I will take 1 coin off, and I will burn a little incense. I like it. Whatever the locals are into, they're recognizing this. By the way, I have my B-17 shirt. The tail seems a little off. It seems like they've shortened where the waist gunners would be. That's a sidebar. Any possibilities to acquire armor? So Ormond has some very nice breastplate. You could not get that here, but you could definitely get, and I'm going to forget the name of it. It's the padded, like, heavy jacket. It's got this cool, like, French name, like a gourmand or something. I can't remember what it's called. You could definitely pick up some of that. So we'll deal with that. If you have room, I don't think you have room. Looking at your sheet, you only have 11 slots. Oh, you have room for 1 slot because you went up on charisma. So yes, you could add a piece of armor. A gambeson, that is it. You see a gambeson that you could buy. And in the book, you can go look, or I can look for you. It's got a cost. I wanted to say it was like 100 coin. So don't take that off your experience level. Experience is coin, but we also have to check our coin that we carry. And a coin slot, one of your slots can hold a coin bag of 500. So we're going to have to leave our extra coin with Garzant, or maybe we owed him money for the training that he's giving us. I already have a chest armor piece. Yes, you do. You have breastplate. But you can buy a gambeson, or whatever it was called. Yeah, gambeson. That is one of the 7 items you can buy. So if you want a gambeson, that would be underneath your breastplate. It gives you 2 pieces of armor. So if that is what you wanted, you could do that. It doesn't matter if you already have a chest piece, the gambeson would fit underneath. Constitution, increase your item slots by 1. Yes, I didn't take con, so I'm left with 11 slots, which were full. All right, I show your 11th slot is empty on my sheet. I show you with acid, a mortar pestle, 6 vials, which were small enough they fit into 1 slot, 4 spell books. I don't know what your vials have in them. Arcane robes that you're wearing, that takes a slot. You have chalk. If you ever want to leave your chalk behind, feel free. You could put it on a string around your neck. I think I would give you a slot for that. 2 spell books, your breastplate, and 110 coins, which should be way more. You could max that out to 500 if you so choose. I don't want to get into all that bookkeeping at this point in time. We can do that via email later. All right, so we know you want to pick up, I think you could get the gambeson, no problem. We're out in the frontier area. I think the folks that live here would have no problem being able to have that padded jacket, that gambeson that fits underneath your breastplate armor. So if you want that, I think this is a good place to get it. There's not like a metalsmith out here. I have 1,000 gold and 2 slots. You don't have the updated sheet. Got it. That makes total sense to me. I'm going to only take a coin bag of 500 with me, and I'll leave the rest here with our training wizard. I think we'll get rid of the chalk and buy the gambeson. All right, do it. Look up the cost. I want to say it's 100 coin. That's from memory, though, so you may find it's different. We'll square up later. We have plenty of money. No problems with that. I am going to offer up my skills in tattooing. How much armor for the gambeson? It just is 1. You can add up to 7 pieces. That's your max. They each take a slot, and then they will add to your armor, your AC. AC is 11 plus your armor. So that is all. All right. So I think I'll get rid of the chalk. All right. Toss the chalk. Yeah, I don't think we're using chalk, although I know if you had to do a certain magical rite, maybe that's what you would do. I want to roll percentile dice. First we're going to use mythic. Does anybody in this town want a tattoo? In some places, especially frontier places, you don't know if it's going to go, they don't like markings on the body, or is this some place where, that would be heretical? I don't know. 100 coin for the gambeson. Yeah, minus it off your points. I figured it was 100 from memory. All right, so I want to know. I'm just going to go 50-50. I don't know all the cultural mores, folkways here at this town. They may not like tattoos. They may be hugely into tattoos. What does Ref say? Street artists run up and grabs chalk on the ground. Love it. All right. A little bit more goodwill. Maybe it was a young kid. Who knows? 50-50. 50 or less. Someone wants a tattoo, and I get 36. Very good. Someone wants a tattoo. My skill level is pretty good, although not yet magical. So I think I'll just pick up 10 coin. I'm going to make a note. 10 coin for me doing a tattoo. But I do believe that once I do one tattoo, that draws some people in. I sit down. My skill is starting to show. So I want to know. We're going to go we'll go somewhat likely that doing that first tattoo starts to engender other interest. Somewhat likely 65 or less. Ooh, 86. Nope. They see the pain. They see the blood. And everybody else is like, ew, We'll see what his looks like when it's done. I might get some work in the future, but there's no more work today. 13 armor with the gambeson and the breastplate. Yes, your AC, let me move it for you. Ormond's AC moves from, so his armor points go from 1 to 2. You start at an 11, just your ability to dodge things, which means you are now at a 13 of your armor class. So if you get hit, the armor class will take up the roll is what they have to get over. They would have to get over the 13 to start doing HP damage. If we get into combat, we will deal with that. All right, we've spent the money. I've done a tattoo. The question now, as we move around, is it possible to get a mule here? Let us ask. I would imagine. We know that the trader had a mule that Garzant put down with a magical power beam thing to the thing's head. So I would imagine, yes. Note to self, no smiley face tattoos going forward. Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know what I did here. I'm sure it was just like a cool dragon. So we've got to ask, never fear. Is there a mule for sale here? I think it's somewhat likely, 65 or less. I rolled and got, 66. That is doubles, but our chaos factor is 5. So if you roll doubles at your chaos factor, in this case 55 or below, you would create a random event. 66, there is no mule. Could there be a donkey? Could there be a donkey? I think there could be a donkey. By the way, you can say it donkey or donkey. And this, this is true because you can say monkey or monkey. Monkey or monkey. Monkey. Sorry. 69. So no. There's no beasts of burden to be had. There's no donkeys. There's no monkeys. And there is no mules. So we do not have a beast of burden. You will have to leave items with Garzant. You will have to leave gold with Garzant. I think we probably owe Garzant a certain amount of money. I wouldn't be surprised if he charged us, out of luck. We do have to pay him for the training. We actually haven't received too much training from him, but park your money with him. I think he's probably good for it. No llama? No, I don't trust that guy. Wow. You trust him to train us, but not to leave money with him. Okay. I'm only taking 500 coin with me. I will be leaving my other 500 coin in his abode. under a spell of protection. I like what Ref said here. Is there a llama? You know what? I'm going to go with only a no way, but that means there's a 15% chance of a llama. 15% chance under percentile dice. 58, no llama. There's no llama for your mama. Got it. And never fear doesn't trust. It is time for us to venture out. We have to venture out. I'm only trusting this guy with my potions. Okay, got it. We do need to check, I guess, what your potions are selling for. What do your potions sell for? I want to know potency. If you figured it out from the Knave book, go ahead. I don't want to spend a lot of time on bookkeeping. We're kind of meandering, which is totally fine. No problem. Potency, give me a 1d6 for how potent your strength potion is. And then we will roll with some bonuses depending on what the strength is for the amount of money you will make from it. I made a whopping $10 on my tattoo. I got to work on my tattoo. I do imagine once I have magical tattoos that I will make more money. 1d6 for the potency. Yes, sir. A 1 would mean it just gives them a little pep. A 6 means they can double their strength, or we could double our strength. I like that idea. Hell, I'll buy some of those potions off of you if it doubles my strength. So please roll a 6. I want to see what this potion is that you rolled. A 4. That's not too bad. So if a 6 would have doubled it, I'm thinking that since strength in this game is pretty darn small, although I only have 0, we wouldn't have gone with 0 doubling to 0. It would have moved it to 1. We will give it that it is a plus. What do you think? A simple +2. How about that is a +2 to strength? I think the folks in the frontier would appreciate that kind of pick me up. Let me do a potion +2 strength. I think that is good and that is fair. However, what can you sell it for? It hasn't been seen yet. I think once somebody sees it and uses it in the village, I think your price will move up, but you're selling sight unseen. So give me a roll now, percentile dice, and that will be what you're able to sell it for. If you roll high, great. They must believe that Garzant only trains competent wizards. He is a wizard of finding. If you roll low, it means they probably want to see the effects of this thing. And then when we come back, we'll determine what it's really worth. Ooh, 77. Very nice. Well, give yourself 77 coin. I got 88 coin. Or 10 coins. So we're at 88. We're putting our XP together. So we've made 88 XP so far. I will add this once we're done with this session. Garzant has nothing to do with this, though. Laugh out loud. I would say his reputation does. I have a feeling that he wouldn't take losers. I still think that first mission he sent us on, which was quite hazardous with the ghost, was designed to either cause us to flee in terror or die, or we've successfully returned, not with success, but with a new mission. That seems like something a wizard of finding would do. How do you test those novitiates that are under you? Well, with the biggest test possible. Here's a hard challenge. You never return. Well, you either died or realized you weren't up to the task. How much XP should I add? XP is money. So you made 77. I made 10. We are joining our XP together. You can keep your money. We will have an XP of 88. Don't add it yet. I want to add it at the end of the cycle so we do all our upkeep at the end. It is time for us to leave. We're supposed to have rations. We're supposed to feed ourselves as we go. This is a 2-day journey out. I want to keep things moving. Yeah, it would be 87. See, this is why you got to keep my math good. I see doubles. and I gave myself a 1. It should have gone 87. You don't like my magical math? Come on, man. Come on. Magical math. That's what I'm known for. That's why I wear these shirts. Yes, 87 is it. All right, it's time to leave. We got to get out of here on my embarrassing math note. All right, that's not even math. That's just like common sense. All right, we know we are going out into the wilds. For this, again, I'm going to be using Mythic. Mythic is our oracle. It will answer our yes/no questions. And when we go out into a scene, which this scene will be us just going back onto the journey, the road to where we were directed this flaming waterfall is. We already got out into the wilds a little bit. You were collecting some herbs. We ran across the trader that was being attacked by outlaws. We got rid of them. Garzant was watching us, which is interesting. So I think we're back at that location. Our expected scene using Mythic is just us journeying through the wilderness. I will do a Knave check to see what happens on the weather, but I also want to do a Mythic check to see if there's anything that adjusts this scene. So you roll a 10-sided die, and if I get a 5 or below, whatever our chaos factor is, something is going to alter or interrupt. Odd is altered, interrupt is even. We have an 8, nothing. So nothing happens there, which means I'm going to simply check under. We have our traveling. And I've got to go look. There's my travel tab. Let's get that open. So under the travel tab, there's what's called the travel hazard result, the hazard die result. You roll a d6. It could be an encounter, fatigue, depletion, which would mean rations, which we're just going to give ourselves 6 rations. I think we would have bought some fish and blah, blah, blah. Travel shift. Travel shift means something significant changes. There's 5 is there's some kind of sign, or 6 is a freebie. Ref, since you're in, if you have a D6, give me a D6 roll, and we will see if there's any kind of travel hazard die result. A D6 roll in Knave 2E. We're checking the travel hazard die result. It's at the end of each watch. So we've marched for 1 watch. You're supposed to travel over 2, and then you don't have any fatigue that comes up unless we get a hazard here. You can push it for a 3rd day, a 3rd watch, and then you will have some fatigue, and then you have to rest. We already spent a watch in town, so we're fine. This is our first watch out, and don't think he's in. Got it. Maybe he dropped out. Well, never fear. Go ahead and give me a D6 roll. Sorry for the lag on my part. I should have been watching that. Give me a D6, and we will see if we have an encounter, fatigue, depletion, a travel shift, some kind of sign, or absolutely nothing happening. We are at 38 minutes. We will generally run an hour, maybe 15 over 6. Wow, that means absolutely no event. There's no weather. There is no travel shift, and we don't have any signs of any activity. I would like to go one more march, one more travel forward, and then I think we will camp. I'm going to put us just shy of, we will find this flaming waterfall the very next day. So the first thing is, since nothing happened, I don't want to camp yet. I want to do one more. So the expected scene is we're just walking in the wild. So anything could happen. Odd or odd is altered. We have a 4. So 5 is our chaos factor, and it's even numbered, which means we will have an interrupted scene. Now, never fear. In Mythic, you're supposed to say, well, what would be the most logical thing? If you don't know, we'll roll on this action subject that's on the back that I'm showing you here. It could be a wild animal. We could do that, or it could be something totally different. Unless you have a feeling of what it could be, I'm going to roll on the subject noun. You can roll 2 dice, both percentile dice. You roll on both these charts, and it gives you a 2-word prompt. You can do that up to 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to keep things moving. The first one is 8. So we have oppose. Let me take notes as we go. Oppose. So oppose what? What are we opposing? 90 under subject. 90 under subject is danger. Oppose danger. Okay. Wow. Well, that's quick. By the way, I call this what we're doing now. I should have said this at the front of the show. I've been calling it exploratory story. So this is ad hoc. We are not, I don't have a set mind. I mean, things are just creating themselves as we go. And it works really well using Mythic. We have opposed danger. I want to roll one more time, which means I roll twice to get my 2 prompts. 54. 54 is kill. Watch out. What? Kill. What? 26. 26 is the physical. The physical. All right. Well, this tells me, I thought it was a wild animal. It is. We're running into a wild animal out here. Oppose danger, kill the physical. So there is a list of, let's see. I'm trying to think, where would it be under here? Not level up. We do have wild magic. We do have monsters, and monsters do cover. Instead of just monsters, you can run across animals as well. I think we've got to do this. We've got to figure out what this is. So back here under monsters, you actually have animals, and then you can deal with the particular organs of an animal. Then there's monster traits. Then there's monster powers. First, let's find out. 50-50, because we don't know. Let's keep it interesting. Is it a monster? So 50 or below, we found us some kind of monster. 70. Okay. It's not a monster. It's going to be an animal. So we're going to roll under animal. Now, there's a wild possibility you can get some weird things like jellyfish. If we get a jellyfish, we're in a fantasy land. I'm going to come up and say that it's some weird land-moving jellyfish. So just know I'm going to pigeonhole whatever in the heck we roll. Never fear. Give me a percentile die roll, 1 to 100, and it could give us an ant, but it wouldn't be one ant. That would be like 1,000 deadly poisonous ants that would suddenly be coming at us. Ooh. Oppose danger, kill physical. I don't like it. Don't roll ant. Ant is 1. What would be neat is if you rolled a beaver. Imagine a clan of angry beavers coming at us, slapping us with that tail. Bop, bop. There it is. I was killing time. Boom, 14. People like magical beavers. Oh, 14 is a cat. Well, this can't be your average house cat. This has got to be, because it's oppose danger and kill the physical. This is some kind of like tree dwelling or mountain lion. Wow. When I lived in Evergreen, Colorado, up in the mountains, we did have mountain lions up there. So this is what this has got to be. We know it's not a monster. So it's a mountain lion. Mountain lions, even when I lived in Colorado back in the 80s, sometimes they would take a jogger. People would be jogging along and boom, they would get attacked. So we have come across a mountain lion. Now, I do believe, whoa, we got a lot of cool stuff. All right, just popped up all at once. A cat, a giant cat. Yes, a mountain lion. They're pretty big. They're not as big as like a lion or a tiger or anything like that, but they're big. Rabies. I don't think it's going to be rabid. I dealt with cougars up in Evergreen, Colorado, and they were usually just hungry or someone looked like prey. So, and they're rather scary because they weigh like 95 pounds. So we're going to deal with a cougar. Now, here's an interesting thing with a cougar. They also call them mountain lions, at least the ones that I saw. A lot of times they will attack out of ambush. So they may jump out of a tree or they'll come out of the brush and just hit you. So I do believe this has to be some type of ambush. So I want to go with perception checks for both Ormond and Milo. So when you get a chance, your perception there is going to be, it is I'm looking at wisdom. No, that is foraging, lockpicking, alchemy, physical resistance, dodging, sneaking, sleight of hand, companion, blessing. It's got to be wisdom. Why do I not see it? Ranged attacks, foraging, navigation, and spell resistance. All right. We've got to go with your perception. Charisma is initiative, persuasion, companions, and blessings. I want to go with a wisdom roll. We're calling it. So I don't have any bonuses to my wisdom. It is wisdom. Thank you. I don't have any perceptions to or additions to my wisdom. So it's a straight roll. Cougars will make some noise coming out. It's not like it's some silent killer. There's usually rustling and then bam, people would get hit. So we're not going to make this. It's just going to be an 11. And this is seeing if it is going to have the advantage and attack us with an ambush, meaning they will get the initiative. No wisdom for me as well. Roll a 20-sided die. You've got to beat an 11 with no modifiers. Woo, 7. I am caught unaware. I'm probably just whistling and wandering through the wilds. I failed 4 on the dice. Perfect. All right, so we're going to come into an attack. This cougar is going to get the initiative. It's going to attack one of us. I think this has got to be random. It looks like Ref is back in. Ref, give me a die roll. Odd means it's going to attack me because I'm odd. Even means it's going to attack Never Fear. So, Ref, if you're still in, if I see a number here, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and have Never Fear roll it. But Ref, to keep you involved, roll for that. You already put in this rabies shot. It's not rabies, but we're going to give you about, there it is. Boom, 2. All right, so thank you. I'm odd, so it's not me. This cougar is moving in on Ormond. You're going to deal with this cougar attacking you. So I'm going to roll for the cougar real quick. We're going to go with the attack. The attack threshold. This is a wild animal, so it's just going to be that biting and maybe a paw scratch or something like that. I like your armors there. The fact that it is attacking from ambush, it means not only does it have its initiative, but it's going to have a strength roll. And I do believe under the monsters, there should be something that is, what do we have? Under the bestiary, I think we have some type of 4-legged cat type animal that we can use. As I look through, well, we don't want to go as strong as a werewolf. I thought there was a regular one in here. Well, that is fine. We're going to dumb it down. It's clearly not. These are some beast animals here. So with it's going to be, his attack is a bite. It does say that a werewolf bite is a 2d4. And so we will, if this is a successful hit, we will roll the 2d4 to see how much damage. I'm going to give him a +5. This cougar is attacking. So the threshold is at 11. He's going to have a +5 to this roll. It is, 6. Huh? He just is at 11. It's the threshold or higher. So he has hit the threshold. So 2d6. Never Fear. I have no weapon. I have a crossbow and I'm not in melee. So I will fire it at this. I believe we would use some magical powers to ward this thing off. But we first have to see what damage it does. Let me just keep things going. I want to see the damage and see if it will get over your armor. We have, a 6. It's 2d6 and a 1. So 7 is the damage threshold. And we know that your... Wait, how do I do that? So that's the hit. The hit, now I've been playing too many different systems. So, where's my little cheat sheet? 11, though, it's not going to get past your armor class. Got it. So it actually isn't going to bite into you at all. Because you have your 2 pieces of armor, he did not have to get 11. Sorry, see, that's my idiot. It's not a challenge. It's your armor class. So he had to beat 13. So I would imagine that bite comes in, hits you like in the shoulder, and hits that plate armor and that gamberson, and it doesn't penetrate through. He got an 11. He needed a higher than a 13. He doesn't get it. The armor takes the damage. Sorry about my roughness there. Boom. Got it. He avoids that. I'm going to take a shot with my crossbow. So I think he hits you. You fall down. He's standing there. He had the initiative. I'm going to come up with a crossbow shot. It's back. It's ready to go. I'm no fighter. This is for sure, because wisdom just gives me a +1 on the ranged attack. I'm going to be honest. I think I would have been stunned here. I think there's going to be a -5 to this, because I wasn't ready for this. He attacked us from ambush. So with my +1 on the wisdom, I'm going to have a -4 on this die roll. But I'm going to take, it's almost like a snapshot with my crossbow. I just bring it up, and as it hits you and you fall, it comes down, and I fire. 2. With the minus coming in, so a 1, a natural 1 or a dirty 1 would have broken my crossbow. 2 does not. Of course, I'm applying the -4. What I believe this is, and I've got to be true to this, is it's such a rushed shot. It's possible that I hit you. I did not hit the cat. What's with the horrible rolls? Right. I want to go to Mythic because I could have hit you, brother. I'm just saying. I think I got nervous. Boom. I try to fire off at this deal. You're down on the ground. You've got to be near the cat. The odds that I hit you, -4 from what? From 2. So it's not a 1. A natural 1 would mean I broke my crossbow. It's like your critical fail. But I was -4 from my chance to hit this thing, and I rolled a 2. So I'm way below my chance to hit it. You're wanting to know what is its strength, what is its deal. I think in order to hit this thing, we're going to have to get everything starts at 11. It doesn't have armor. It doesn't have any kind of armor on it, so we can leave this at an 11, other than it's fast. Yeah, or shot your own foot. Why are you adding -4? I gave the rushed nature of my attack a -5. I wasn't ready. It had the initiative. I'm no skilled bowman. I came up quick with my crossbow and I shot. It was ready. That was my -5. My wisdom was +1, hence -4. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe in my hurriedness, I cracked one off and hit my own foot. Let's go with that. I think that might be a little bit less, but it's possible. So no way. I'm going to go 15% chance, chaos factor of 5. No way is that I shoot myself in the foot. This would be terrible. Thanks, ref, for the idea, but I have to roll on it. It's a good idea. What did I get? Oh, the dice are going. Oh my God. I rolled a 6. Well, I didn't hit you, Ormond. Thanks to ref, I just shot myself in the foot. What the heck? What? We may not survive. That's what I'm getting ready to tell you. I just planted myself in the ground with my own crossbow bolt. I don't have any armor on my feet, so I took a hit. No, why are you adding? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I just shot myself in the foot. God, and it was a 6. A 3 would have been like a very, very a hard yes, but 6 is bad enough. All right. Well, I took 1 HP damage. We'll take that off. Worse is I'm stuck. I have literally pin-cushioned myself to the ground. The positive thing is this thing took a bite on you, Ormond, and nothing. It hit your armor. So now we roll for initiative. I don't think this thing is done. Our initiative here is we're going to roll against it. We are rolling on its wisdom. I'm going to give the cat just a +2 due to its speed. So I'm going to roll for it real quick. And then these are opposed rolls. You roll, never fear, for us. Yeah. Thanks, ref. What if I hit myself? I did. Good call. Just kidding. All right. So I'm going to roll for the cat +2 on its wisdom. 13 is the die roll. So 14, 15. Trust me, that is a 13. Yeah, there it is. So we've got a 13, 14, 15. We got to beat it. The cougar is also laughing. Yes, the cougar is laughing. So never fear. Give me a 20-sided die roll. We have one, or no, it's charisma. You have one charisma. Sorry, I don't know why I'm giving the cat, but I think the cat has its own speed and charisma. Is that with your +1? 13, 14, 15, because if it is, we tie. Is there a +1 going to that? Is that your pure die roll, never fear? Or have you added your charisma for initiative? You got to let me know. And there it is. Oh boy, I asked you 2 questions, my friend. I said, is that the pure die roll or have you added it? So I think that's a no, meaning we've tied. Bingo. That's what I'm looking for. So we've tied. Now I can't remember. I think we have to re-roll if there's a tie. That seems boring. I'm going to go to Mythic instead. So Mythic, we had a tie. It's 50-50. There's no way this will resolve. 50 or less, we get initiative. 87. The cougar strikes first. All right. Ormond, he's right next to you, but I've definitely made some noise. I think we got to go to ref again. Ref, I am odd. Roll a d6 or whatever die you have because we just need odd or even. Odds, this cat now comes at me. I shot myself with my own crossbow, and here it comes. I'm going to have to use magic. Or even, it's going to take a second bite at Ormond. So ref, give us a roll. Odd or even is what we're looking for, trying to keep everybody involved. Excuse me. We're going to give it about 5 more seconds, and then I'll roll it myself. Come on. Ref, do you have a roll? I'm getting ready to roll a 6-sided die. 4, 3. There it is. Uh-oh. 5. So what happened was I discharged my bolt from my crossbow prematurely. That thing scared me so bad, I started to bring it up and pop and I screamed. Ah! I've drawn all the attention of the cougar right at myself, Milo. And that cougar turns, and all it sees is a wounded, screaming animal. And it lunges at me. Now, I can't move. I cannot move. So Milo does have 1 piece of armor. But your armor, your AC, your armor class starts at 11 because of your ability to dodge and move. I'm just telling you, I've got to take 5 off. In this game, Knave, you're always in pluses of 5, minuses of 5, or how you handle like the odds. I've pinned myself to the ground. I can't move. So big lag. I rolled immediately. Sure, no problem. I believe you. The lag could have been on my end. For my turn, I want to grab a log or something from nearby to attack the cougar. Okay, we'll keep that in check just for a second. I'm going to give this roll. I do have armor, so my armor class is 12. I'm taking 4 off of that because I can't move. I've pinned myself to the ground. This is terrible for Milo, just terrible. So we're at 8. My armor class is going to be 8. Never fear. Roll a 20-sided die for this cougar that's attacking me. And if it hits above 8, I'm going to take 2d6 damage. So I think I'm screaming. I'm non-mobile. I think his attack is actually going to rip my foot Oh my gosh. So if it gets a 21, um, then it gets a free maneuver. So the Cougar, we gave it a +2. The rules say 21 or higher with the modifiers. There is a free maneuver. It won't get the free maneuver, but it hits and it hits hard. Wow. All right. So it does 2d6. 2d6. This is damage to me. My HP is 8. I rolled a 6. Not good. And a 1. That's exactly what I rolled when I thought it was going to get you, but you got your armor. I take 7 damage. I only have 8. 8. So I'm down to just 1 HP. 1 HP. So but I think the weight of that cougar landing on me and taking a bite out of me, my only armor is a helmet. It didn't bite my head. It like bit my shoulder. Yeah, brutal. Brutal is right. So I've taken 7 damage, but the weight of the cougar has ripped my foot clear. So I will be back to having an armor class of 12. I'm mobile now. Even though my foot's damaged, I'm mobile. So it is our move. We're going to start with Ormond. Never fear, you said you wanted to pick up a log and hit it. This is going to be a blunt object. If you do damage, it's going to be 4. You'll roll a d4 for your damage. But that's fine. I don't know what your magical spells are. If you got a good one, it might be a good time to use it. But if you want to just hit it with a stick, I guess the question is, are you clubbing it or are you throwing it? So let me know what you're doing. I know you said, where is it? You said, I'm going to pick it up. Where is your deal? Here's your deal. For my turn, I want to grab a log or something from nearby to attack the cougar. You've grabbed a log or a club-like stick. You could throw the stick, in which case you'll use your wisdom, or you can use your free movement, your movement, which allows you to move into where this thing is biting me, and you could hit it. So we're at a brutal. We're at an 18. We're waiting to see, are you chucking it or are you moving? I'm going to hit it. Got it. Okay, so your free move moves up. It's knocked me down. It's biting into my shoulder, doing all kinds of damage. This darn cougar. And you go to hit it. We had its armor class is just a straight 11. It's just movement. It doesn't have any armor. So 11. You've rolled a 14 plus your strength, so 15. You have hit it. However, hitting it with a stick is just like hitting it with a club, which is totally fine. It's not a blade. It's not a war hammer or anything like that. You're going to do 4 damage. The good thing is the cougar is not like a determined enemy. I think if you hit it, we'll roll and see if it just flees. All right. So I want you to roll a d4. Oh, yeah, there you go. 2. You've done 2 damage. Excellent. And I think the cougar probably has, let's just say it's got an HP of what we have of 8. So it's down to 6. I'm going to note there that the HP for the cougar is 6. Good thing with OSR games is not everything is a fight to the death. There is a strong chance that as soon as you club this thing and do 2 damage, it runs off. I even think it's probably likely that it runs off. Never fear. Go ahead and roll percentile dice. Likely is 75 or less. 75 or less, this cougar gets hit, takes damage, and realizes we're not as weak as he thought. And he or she will flee off into the woods, leaving me a bloody wreck. This is terrible. God dang it. 60. Perfect. All right. So we needed 75 or less. You rolled a 60. You hit the cougar, and the cougar just bolts back into the woods from whence it came. Very cougar-like. I don't think it would say there while you're beating on it. There's 2 of us attacking it. Meanwhile, Milo has put a crossbow bolt through his own foot. Means I'm not very mobile. And the cougar bit the heck out of me. Lord have mercy. Are we ever going to get to the flaming waterfall? It doesn't appear so. All right, we're closing in. It's a minute 5 or minute. Yep, we're just coming up on 1 minute and 1 hour and 5 minutes. Hello, I've gotten bit so bad I can't talk. Whoo, potions, healing. My goodness, I don't think I have anything that'll heal me. No, I've got my ethereal cipher. I've got my noetic silencing wave that blanks thoughts, preserving sulfur and brimstone. Preserving sulfur or brimstone. Well, this is interesting. I've seen sulfa powder used to cleanse a wound before. And since this is called preserving, I might have something that I can treat myself with. Very entertaining. I hope so. I hope so. I cannot believe it. I'm going to go with my preserving sulfur or brimstone. Sulfa powder they used in World War II. They would pour it into the wound. I don't know what it did. I think it helped prevent infection, but I'm severely damaged. Let's see what you got here. Ormond can grab some herbs from nearby to stop the bleeding and help him heal. Good. I'm going to also use my preserving sulfur. And I believe I have a magical preserving sulfur spell. I never quite knew what preserving. I didn't know if I was preserving something or it was going to be helping. But I do remember sulfa powder. And it does say preserving. So I think it's going to help. I think the herbs will give me, let's go with +1 if you're comfortable with that. Let me know if you think the herbs did nothing, just stopped bleeding damage. I think we're going to need camp until Milo can walk again. Yeah. We might need to go back to the market even. I think I got tore up. But either way, that's a whole nother day back. Oof. All right. Well, let's see what happens. I think your herbs stop the bleeding and take me to 2 HP. That is good. For the preserving sulfur, I believe I probably got I feel like it's a magical. Let me ask. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, but the wild magic is open. So let me first go with the fate check. I'm going to go with a simple 50-50. Is this preserving sulfur or brimstone? Is this something where the magic is more designed to like allow me to bring fire forth? Or is this something like fire and brimstone is what I originally thought, or is this a healing deal? So we'll go with, is this a healing power? 50 or less. Ooh, 8. That's not only yes, but 10 or lower is a hard yes. So it is. All right. So I'm going to cast this on myself. Now, we've got to figure out how many it's going to heal. I like going with just a D6 on this. So just to keep it honest, never fear. Why don't you roll a D6 and how much is it going to heal? I've got only 2 health. My HP is 8. So if I get a 6, I'll be back, but I want to hold on to the foot damage because it's not like I'm healing both. This is the bite from the cougar. So I'm waiting. Do we get it? Get out of here. Awesome. Well, that's why I had you roll. I didn't want anybody to think, oh, yeah, you rolled a 6. All right, so D6. We're going to bring my HP up to 8. It was a healing sulfa powder. But I'm going to, under portrait, so you'll see how this thing, I just brought myself back up to 8. But under portrait, I'm going to put that I have a foot mobility problem. Putting that arrow through my foot was bad. And I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to do a -1 to my AC. That's until I get a chance to fully heal, but I can't do that out in the field. So I'm going to have a -1 to my armor class. And I can only travel for 1. There's 4, blanking on the phrase, 4 turns or whatever, 4 phases. I can only travel 1 phase and then I have to rest. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to end it right there. So we haven't picked up any new gold, although we did get the 87 experience points. So add that 87. I showed that we had 2,221 XP. Yep. We'll just add 87 to that. All right. So add 87. Which if I do it right, it means we're coming to, well, hold on. I learned a long time ago. Don't even do simple math while I'm doing 5 other things. Let's see what we got here. Add the 87 to our XP there, 2221. All AI overview. AI overview +1 sulfa antibiotics, also known as, the AI gave an overview. +1 sulfa antibiotics, also known as sulfamides, were the first class of antibiotics discovered, introduced in 1930s to treat bacterial infections. Oh, got it. Cool. Thanks. Take care. See ya. See, nobody wants to watch the little ticking of the XP. So we'll add the 87 to 2221. We're going to take a rest right here. When we come back, we have to see if anything happens during the night. I know we're going to have a fire and everything, but we could have the cougar come back or something else in the wilds could be there. Great session. Can't believe I shot myself in the foot. We are not trained warriors. This is true. I think in this game, you can hire people, and we need a sellsword. We need to hire somebody who's good with a sword. I think our magic is okay, but we are not fighters. When we get a chance, we got to see if somebody can come along. We have enough money to pay somebody. So when we come back, let me make a note. Right now, we can't hire anybody. We're out in the middle of nowhere. But at some point, we need to hire a sellsword or get some kind of NPC to help us. So we're not ready. He wasn't ready. All right. We will call it there. Thank you. I will email you, never fear, and we can work through spells and whatnot. Good session. Ending the stream now. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This is Exploratory Story RPG, ESRPG. Chief, see you guys. Bye.